Hey, let's talk about the idea of margin. Margin is the difference between your limit and your load. How much you currently carry at any time is the load, and how much capacity you have at the max is your limit. And so, somewhere along that journey, you are starting to max out as you fill up and get more and more of your load. Why is it important to not fill up? Why is it important not to max out our load? And why is it important to maintain margin? It's because the idea of excellence. We have got used to the idea of just putting our heads down and getting it done. No matter what hour of the day or night, we just get it done. We work late, work on weekends, we just push right through it. The problem is what we're not measuring is the productivity. And we know that at some point, as you continue to go up and up and up in your productivity, the stress level increases. And at some point, your stress becomes more than your productivity. You actually have damage. You actually have problems. We see that in the quality of the work we do. We see that in how we handle people and situations and how we lose our cool when we're maxed out. So there is a diminishing return at some point where you say, okay, this is the optimal, and anything past this, I'm starting to lose value. We can't measure where that is. We just know it happens. And the way that we avoid hitting those detrimental times is by creating a safety net, which is margin. And margin has to be held in the light of the view of excellence in your life. Everyone's going to have a different level of what they can handle and what their workload looks like and what they want to do. But at the core of it is this mindset that nothing can be below zero. Take a look at this chart. This chart shows in a few different examples of how someone is doing really great in some areas and not so good in others, and horrible in some. And in my view, the idea of excellence requires that nothing ever be below zero. You can't brag about having a great company and your marriage fall apart. You can't brag about having a bunch of money in the bank and having no time to rest. That's where the idea of margin comes in. Margin requires that you leave just enough room for everything in life to always continually go wrong, because it does. And if one thing at a time had gone wrong in these four columns, we could probably handle it. But with the workload that we have, everything seems to go wrong at the same time. You're having health issues, you're not getting sleep, you're having family issues, your finances are struggling, and work continues to be a problem. And then you run out of time constantly, so you overbook and you fall behind all the time, causing more and more stress. I'd love to bring this to your company, to teach your employees the idea that productivity requires that you maintain margin in your life, because margin allows us to be excellent at what we do and, by the way, enjoy life.